The Virginia Department of Education moving to eliminate all accelerated math courses prior to 11th grade, effectively keeping higher achieving students from advancing in this school system. Mike Allers Jr. joins us now. He's a candidate for the Virginia House of Delegates and a public school teacher. Our panelists, Bobby Eberly and Jessie Jane Duff, are standing by. Mike, thanks for coming on. To start, what do you teach? What grade do you teach?
Fifth grade. All subjects.
All subjects, fifth grade. What is happening here in Virginia? Why are these schools, from what it appears to be, limiting children's education? What are you being told?
Sure. Well, look, full disclosure, I'm actually on the equity committee. And as a conservative teacher, I believe we need to be in these spaces because of, unfortunately, left-wing bias in our education system. But look, equity, as we were taught, is supposed to be a level playing field and giving children of color perhaps a leg up in some racial disparities that do occur in the public school system. However, this latest decision does not level the playing field. This is like when Bane walked into the stadium and Dark Knight Rises and blew the stadium up. The playing field is gone.
Well, you know, and I get the reference, by the way. I appreciate any movie reference that you can, that you can throw my way. And I appreciate you coming clean on the equity committee, you being a part of that. But that kind of makes it hold a little more weight, the fact that you are concerned about it. So when we talk about advanced learning in math, what subjects are we talking about? Are we talking about calculus or going beyond that, or is it a limited scope?
Sure. Well, look, I do teach elementary school. However, you know, when my kids get older and they go on to high school, I am really concerned about the lack of options and opportunity, especially if they get rid of this. You know, I'm going to hit you with another reference. In The Incredibles, there's a line from Syndrome. When everyone's super, no one will be. And there's going to be no options for them to advance. So in terms of the Virginia Department of Education, I think it's incredibly troubling because not only is it condescending, but it's racist to assume that children of color cannot achieve in these math classes, whether it is calculus or trigonometry. It's not cool.
Yeah, Jessie Jane Duff, you're a parent, if I remember that correctly. Is that correct?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
But I've raised a lot of Marines.
Yes. Yeah. Tell me about that, because, you know, you hear something like that, and perhaps having the option might be the better choice if you want to take it, if you don't want to take it. But taking it away, those options from everyone, what are your thoughts on that?
For me, this is definitely very disturbing because I came from a very academic environment where many kids went on to Ivy League schools and many went on to public city colleges. We were very diverse. The options were wide open. This is back when California was pretty much a beacon of hope of education, not what it is today. But when you're watering down these educational standards, all you're doing is refusing to allow children to progress into other opportunities for their future, such as my background in being a United States Marine. What about those officer programs? What about the children wanting to accelerate into advanced education so that they can qualify for some of the most elite jobs in the military? Some of your aviation programs, some of your infantry officer programs only take the best of the best. But if your academic scores are lower simply by the mere fact that your education did not give you those advanced mathematical skills, this is going to impact your opportunity to go into advanced fields, from everything from your advanced education, even in the military service. Trust me, when it comes to active duty military, they're the best and the brightest. Only 1% serves in this nation. They must not only have a high school diploma, but if they have a college degree, they can have opportunities. They go into the officer programs, but your enlisted programs are very advanced with the technology that we are using today. It is a highly competitive field. And when you're denying kids this, it's simply disgusting for the United States to be on this trajectory.
Let me go back to Mike to bring up a point here. If you are in high school and you're trying to go to college or trying to apply to college, they may require certain courses depending on, you know, what kind of route you're taking. Wouldn't that limit them from pursuing different aspects of college if you limit what type of courses they can take? Because even if you try to take physics, which I've taken and dropped out of, by the way, in college, you're going to need calculus and other measures to perform physics. That's a hindrance, no?
Absolutely. And it's trapping our children, and especially Virginians, in a cycle of mediocrity. And that's what's not cool. They don't even have a choice, because if they are unable, even if it's physics, and look, I took chemistry. I was not the greatest at it. That's why I'm not a chemist. But if those options are taken off the table, then all of a sudden the jobs shrink. And then the opportunities are less. And our children are going to be stuck in a cycle. They won't be able to earn more. And that erodes at equity, right? All of a sudden, they can't get a job that might elevate them. Socioeconomically, they are behind. And it's troubling. And it's unfortunately a part of a pattern.
Well, you know what? It opens up the discussion to school choice all over again as well. You shine the light on this segment. I'm out of time with you, but I appreciate you doing so. That is Mike Allers Jr. joining us live. Our panelists, Bobby Eberly, Jesse Jane Duff. Jesse, I apologize for making you a mom for this segment, by the way.
I've been a Marines. It's the same thing.
There you go. All right. Thank you so much. Mike, good to see you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.